People often say that making your dream life real is difficult. You might hear that it takes long routines, repeated affirmations, hours of visualizing, or a constant effort to stay positive. But what if the real truth is much simpler than that? What if everything you've been told about manifestation is a little off? The idea of quantum manifestation may sound complicated, but it's actually very simple. So simple, in fact, that most people completely miss it. Right now, you are living in a universe that responds to energy. This space around you, what some call the quantum field, is full of endless possibilities. It doesn't respond to how hard you try or how much effort you put in. It responds to how well your thoughts, emotions, and actions are aligned with what you truly want. But here's the problem. Most people try to fight against their current situation. They use willpower to force change. They repeat affirmations like, "I'm rich," or "I'm successful" over and over, but they don't actually believe them. They imagine a better future while secretly doubting it could ever happen. They try to stay positive while still feeling fear or stress deep down. And this is exactly why things don't change. In the quantum world, forcing things creates resistance. The real key is this. Manifestation isn't about trying to get something. It's about becoming the version of yourself who already has it. Instead of pushing for change on the outside, you shift who you are on the inside. You don't chase success, you become someone who naturally attracts it. The quantum field holds every possible version of your life. Success and failure, abundance and lack, love and loneliness, health and illness. All of these versions exist at once, floating like possibilities in the air. Nothing becomes real until you give it your attention, focus, and feeling. That's when it turns into your reality. So why do so many people struggle with this? Because they stay stuck in a cycle. They focus on what's missing. They worry. They feel fear. Then they try to use affirmations or vision boards to fix things, but their inner energy is still full of stress. This creates confusion in the quantum field. You can't say one thing and feel another and expect a clear result. The energy is mixed, and the universe mirrors that mixed energy back to you. The field doesn't care about your words as much as your vibration. You can say, "I'm happy" all day long, but if your heart feels sad and your body is tense, the field picks up on that. It sends you more of what you're actually feeling. This is why many people think manifestation doesn't work. It's not that it's broken. It's just responding to the deeper signal you're giving off. Think about a time when something came to you easily. Maybe you met the right person without planning it, or an opportunity appeared out of nowhere. Maybe you had a great idea during a walk or while relaxing. What do all these moments have in common? You weren't trying so hard. You were relaxed, open, and in the flow. That's what alignment feels like. That's how the quantum field works best, with clarity and ease, not with struggle. Now imagine this. The quantum field is like a giant mirror. It reflects your energy back to you. Not your wishes or your hopes, your true energy. If your mind wants something but your heart is scared and your body feels tense, that's what gets mirrored back. Not because the universe is mean, but because it's accurate. It's always showing you the energy you're sending out. Manifestation works best when you stop focusing on getting and start focusing on being. You need to become the person who already feels secure, abundant, joyful, and loved. This doesn't mean faking it. It means tuning your energy, your thoughts, emotions, and body into the feeling of already having what you want. So, what exactly is the quantum field responding to? Is it just your thoughts, your feelings, your actions? The truth is, it's all of them, together. They need to be aligned. If your thoughts say one thing, your emotions say another, and your actions don't match either one, the signal is messy. And when your signal is messy, you get messy results. This is where something called the observer effect comes in. In quantum physics, scientists found that particles don't become real until someone observes them. This means reality isn't fixed, it changes based on how it's seen. In terms of manifestation, this means that your attention, focus, and emotion shape what becomes real in your life. But it's not just your conscious mind observing. Your subconscious mind, the deep part of you that holds your habits, beliefs, and fears, is also watching. If you consciously say you want abundance, but deep down you believe you're not good enough or that money is hard to get, your subconscious wins. That belief shapes your reality, even if you don't realize it. This is why so many people feel stuck. They're working on their goals with their conscious mind, but ignoring what's happening deeper down. And in the quantum world, your subconscious is the real director. It's always sending a signal, whether you're aware of it or not. Scientists like Dr. Joe Dispenza and Dr. Bruce Lipton have shown that your heart has a powerful energy field, much stronger than your brain. When your heart and brain are in harmony, your energy becomes strong and clear. When they're not in sync, your signal weakens. This is why thinking alone isn't enough. You need to feel the change too. Trying to change your life from your mind alone doesn't usually work. You have to feel your way into it. This means feeling the emotions of what you want before it shows up. Feel peace. Feel gratitude. Feel love. That energy becomes your signal to the universe. You can't fake this. You have to really tune your body, your breath, your thoughts, and your choices to match the life you want. This isn't about doing a ritual once and then forgetting it. It's about living in a state of alignment regularly. It's a practice, a way of being. Let's say you want more money. Instead of focusing on how much you need or how little you have, focus on how it would feel to already have enough. What would you do? How would you walk? How would you breathe? Practice feeling that now before the money arrives. That feeling becomes your signal. This is true for love too. If you want to attract a loving relationship, don't focus on being lonely. That just sends out more of the same energy. Instead, feel love within yourself. Act as someone who knows they are worthy of deep, beautiful connection. When your energy reflects love, love is drawn to you. One of the biggest blocks people face is that they try too hard. They grip too tightly. They chase and push. And that creates tension. In the quantum world, tension creates resistance. Letting go doesn't mean you give up. It means you trust the process. When you relax, the energy flows. So here's the big shift. Manifestation happens when you stop needing something and start embodying it. You move from chasing to becoming. You move from hoping to knowing. You move from effort to alignment. It may sound strange, but the less you try, the more things seem to fall into place. Not because you're doing nothing, but because you're doing the right thing, aligning your full system. Your thoughts, emotions, and actions come together like a single, powerful signal. And the universe responds to that clear signal every time. So ask yourself honestly, where in your life are you trying too hard? Where are you pushing, forcing, or doubting? These are often the areas where you're unknowingly blocking the very thing you want. The key is to shift from effort to clarity, from fear to trust, from waiting to embodying. You are already connected to every version of your future. The one with joy, the one with peace, the one with success, the one with love. They all exist. Your job is to tune into the one you want, not by forcing it to happen, but by becoming the person who naturally lives that version. This is the real secret of quantum manifestation. It's not magic. It's energy. It's not about chasing things. It's about becoming the version of you who no longer needs to chase. The field isn't listening to your words. It's listening to your energy, your vibration, your coherence. And that's what changes everything. You want to bring more love into your life. You're doing the things you've been told might help. Writing affirmations, putting together vision boards, daydreaming about the perfect partner. On the surface, it seems like you're on the right path, but something still feels off. Things don't quite come together. You keep ending up in situations that are close, but not quite right. You're left wondering what's missing. The truth is, your energy speaks louder than your words. If deep down you feel unworthy of love, or if your heart is guarded because you're afraid of getting hurt again, that feeling becomes the real message you're sending out. Even if your mind is saying, I want love, your body and emotions might be saying, I don't feel safe, or I don't deserve this. The world around you responds to that unspoken message, not just the words you say out loud. This isn't punishment. It's not the universe testing you or holding back what you want. It's simply reflecting your internal state. Just like a mirror shows you what's already there, the outer world shows you what you're carrying inside. So if there's a gap between what you want and what you're experiencing, it usually means there's a gap between how you feel and what you're asking for. To close that gap, the shift starts within. You don't wait for love to arrive to feel loved. You don't wait for money to arrive to feel abundant. You don't wait to be healed before feeling whole. You begin by practicing those feelings now. You create a sense of emotional alignment where your inner state reflects the outcome you desire. When your energy says, I already have it, that's when the universe can start delivering it to you. It's a simple truth, but one many people overlook. That's because most of us have been taught that success comes from effort, control, and hard work. We've grown up in a world that says, work harder, hustle more, prove your worth. So we apply that same mindset to manifestation. We treat it like a task, a checklist, something we can push into place. But energy doesn't respond to pressure. It responds to alignment. You might be doing all the right things, but if you're doing them from a place of anxiety or desperation, your energy is still out of sync. Maybe you write affirmations, but you don't actually believe them. Maybe you visualize your dream life, but your body is tense and on edge. Maybe you tell yourself things are getting better, but deep down you're still afraid they won't. All of that matters, because energy doesn't lie. It helps to pause. Take a breath. Notice how your body feels. Are you holding tension in your shoulders? Clenching your jaw? Is your stomach tight with worry? Those are clues that your nervous system is stuck in survival mode. When you're trying to force results, your body picks up on that stress. Your mind may be saying one thing, but your energy is saying another. Just for a moment, let yourself relax. Let go of the need to figure it all out. You don't have to solve everything today. Try being present with yourself without judgment. Let things be as they are and see how your energy begins to soften. That softness creates space. And in that space, new possibilities begin to open up. Many people struggle with manifestation because they're too focused on outcomes. They're always checking to see if it's working. They say they want money, but check their bank accounts in fear. They say they want love, but constantly refresh dating apps. They say they want health, but focus only on what's wrong. When your attention stays on what's missing, your energy keeps reinforcing the lack. You stay in a cycle of chasing, not receiving. There's also another layer most people don't think about. About 95% of your daily actions and thoughts are shaped by your subconscious mind. That's the part of you that runs on autopilot, shaped by past experiences, fears, and beliefs. Even if you consciously want change, your subconscious might be holding on to old stories. I'm not good enough. love never lasts, or I always have to struggle. Until those deep beliefs shift, you'll keep running into the same patterns. This is why surface level techniques like affirmations or vision boards can feel empty. Without true inner alignment, they don't stick. This is also why people burn out from trying so hard. They're acting from a place that doesn't fully believe they can receive what they want. So what can you do? Start by shifting your inner state. Stop focusing on doing more. Start focusing on becoming more aligned. You want to feel like the version of yourself who already has what you desire. Not later, not when life finally works out, but now. If you want to attract abundance, practice feeling abundant today. Be generous with your time or attention. Treat yourself like someone who has enough. If you want love, begin by loving yourself in simple ways through rest, kindness, and honesty. If you want better health, stop scanning for symptoms and start noticing what's already working well in your body. And here's something that often surprises people. When you stop needing something so badly, it comes more easily. That's not because life is playing games with you. It's because you've stopped sending out the energy of lack. You've stopped pushing and started allowing. That's the shift from control to trust. That's the point where energy begins to align and life starts to mirror your new state. Let's bring it back to you. Where in your life are you gripping too tightly? Where are you overthinking, overworking, or trying too hard to make things happen? What if you loosened your grip by just a little? What if you allowed space for things to flow naturally without needing to manage every detail? This isn't about giving up. It's about co-creating with life. You're not alone in this process. You're not supposed to do everything by yourself. When you regulate your inner world, your emotions, thoughts, and energy, you become a powerful signal to the universe. You become clear. And clarity attracts faster than effort ever could. You don't have to pretend everything is perfect. You don't have to fake positive emotions. You just have to become honest and present. You can feel what's real without staying stuck in it. You can move through pain or doubt while still choosing trust. This is how you dissolve resistance, by showing up as your full self, not by trying to bypass your emotions. The path forward is not about hustling harder. It's about aligning deeper, becoming the version of you who already lives in the reality you desire. That version of you is calm, grounded, open, and trusting. That version of you doesn't chase because they already feel connected to what they want. This is where true manifestation begins, not from what you say, but from who you are. And this leads us to the core truth. You don't manifest what you want. You manifest what you are. Your energy, your beliefs, your emotions, your thoughts, all come together to create your outer world. The universe responds to the frequency you carry, not just your goals or intentions. So if things aren't showing up the way you hoped, it's not because you're doing it wrong. It's just a signal to go inward, to check your energy, to see if there's alignment, to notice what you believe deep down, to tune into how you're really feeling. Your external world is always giving you clues, not to blame you, but to help you see more clearly. The process isn't about perfection. It's about awareness. It's about becoming more conscious, more connected to your inner state. The more you live as if your desires are already on the way, the more your energy shifts. The more your energy shifts, the more life meets you with what you truly want. Not because you forced it, but because you became the kind of person who naturally lives in that timeline. Let me put it in simple terms. Think of yourself as a radio. If you want to hear jazz music, you can't keep your radio tuned to a heavy metal station. You have to turn the dial until you reach the jazz station. This is how manifestation works. You can't receive the life you want while your energy, thoughts, and feelings are still tuned to the life you're trying to move on from. If you want something different, you have to start showing up as someone different. You have to match the energy of what you want, even before it appears. But how do you change your station? How do you shift your energy? It starts with awareness. You begin by paying close attention to yourself. Not just what you're thinking, but how you're feeling, how your body moves, how you breathe when you're anxious, how you speak to yourself when you make a mistake. These little habits are signals. They reflect the station you're tuned into. Most of us don't even realize we're manifesting all the time. We're just doing it without meaning to, on autopilot. We keep living out the same routines, reacting the same ways, feeling the same emotions, telling ourselves the same stories. And the world around us keeps giving us more of the same. Life is responding to our energy, whether we know it or not. The good news is, you don't need to change everything overnight. Shifting your energy doesn't mean making some huge, dramatic leap. It can start with small, quiet steps. It could be something as simple as taking a slow, deep breath when you feel overwhelmed, or placing your hand on your heart when you start spiraling into self-doubt, or asking yourself in a tough moment, what would the version of me who already has the life I want do right now? And then doing one small thing from that mindset. People often think they need to be perfect to manifest their dreams. That's not true. The universe, or life, or whatever you believe in, it doesn't need you to be perfect. It just needs you to be aligned. That means your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions all point in the same direction. When you're thinking one thing, feeling another, and doing something completely different, your energy is scattered. But when everything inside you is moving in the same direction, that's when things really start to change. That's when reality begins to shift. Here's where a lot of people get stuck. They think manifestation means you have to feel happy and positive all the time. But that's not the point. Manifestation isn't about pretending. It's about being real. It's about learning how to recognize your emotions, even the hard ones, and gently guide yourself back into balance. It's okay to feel fear. It's okay to have doubt. It's okay to have days where nothing seems to be working. What matters is how you respond. You don't have to fight your emotions. You just have to notice them. Welcome them in, like guests passing through. You don't let fear drive the car, but you also don't slam the door in its face. You say, I see you, and you keep going. The key is emotional awareness, knowing how to feel what you feel without letting it take over your life. There will be days when the old version of your life feels strong, like it's pulling you backward. You'll feel like you're falling into old habits, reacting in old ways. That's okay. Growth isn't about never falling down. It's about how you get back up. When you notice you're out of alignment, that's your moment of power. That's when you can pause, breathe, and choose a different path. So try this. Take a breath right now. Ask yourself, what kind of life am I tuned into at this moment? Are you operating from fear or from trust? Are you feeling like something is missing or like everything you need is already inside you? Just notice. No judgment. Because when you notice, you get to choose. And choice is what brings change. Every time you shift your energy, even just a little, you're sending a new signal out into the world. You're saying, this is who I am now. This is the life I'm ready for. And life listens. It doesn't always respond instantly, but it always responds. That's why it's so important to keep going, even when you don't see results right away. Living this way means showing up every day with intention. It means being aware of how you move through your life. Every morning, before you even pick up your phone, take a few deep breaths and ask yourself, what kind of energy do I want to carry today? You'll start to notice how your body reacts when you're out of alignment. Maybe you feel tight in your chest, or your jaw clenches, or your mind starts racing. These are signs. Instead of judging yourself, just notice them. Then breathe. Come back to yourself. Ask yourself in those moments, what would the version of me who's already living my dream life choose right now? Then do that one thing. Maybe it's going for a walk. Maybe it's drinking water. Maybe it's simply resting. These tiny decisions, made with intention, shift everything. At the end of the day, take a moment to reflect. Not to beat yourself up, but to check in with curiosity. Where did you feel aligned? Where did you struggle? What are you proud of? Gratitude helps lock in the progress. It sends a message that you're paying attention, that you're growing. Even if it's just one small win, celebrate it. One important thing people often forget is that we're not doing this alone. We're social, energetic beings. We're affected by the people around us. So be mindful of your environment. Spend time with people who lift you up, who are also trying to live more intentionally. Fill your life with things that remind you of where you're headed. Books, music, spaces, conversations. Let your outer world support your inner growth. This isn't about getting to some perfect finish line. There's no final destination where you arrive and then stop. Life keeps moving, and so do you. The real magic happens when you realize you're always evolving. You're not just trying to get stuff. You're becoming someone new. Someone who's creating life on purpose. Someone who's awake to their own power. And here's the most beautiful part. The energy you're trying to connect with. It's not separate from you. You're already part of it. You're not reaching out to some distant power. You are the power. You're part of the same field of energy you're trying to influence. So when you change your energy, you're not just asking the world to meet you, you're becoming the version of life you want to live. So let's pause again. What word captures how you want to move forward? Maybe it's peace, or strength, or clarity. Whatever it is, let that word be your guide. Let it be your reminder. A small, simple way to come back to yourself when things get noisy. And if you felt something shift as you read this, that's not just in your head. That's your energy starting to move. That's your deeper self waking up. If this speaks to you, I invite you to stay on this journey. You're not alone. There's a whole community of people who are learning, growing, and choosing to live with more awareness. Thank you for being here. Thank you for reading this all the way through. You're not just someone who watches or listens or reads. You're someone who's actively creating. Every breath, every choice, every moment of awareness counts. Keep going. Keep choosing. Keep becoming.